Now that we have finished our scene, it's time to package it so that you can play it and view it outside the engine. So you can see I finished my scene. If you want to know how I modified the scene, it's pretty easy. I used the same scene. I just modified some parameters. So I went to the skylight and I played with the intensity so that I can make it darker. So I made it 5. Then I went to the sky dome, clicked on the material, and then desaturated the sky. You can see the tint changing when I do this. And the same thing here. Made it darker instead of lighter. Then I came to the light source, lowered the light because this is the directional light. See how we have some fog? So that fog comes from, you click on the exponential height fog, then you come down and you click on, if I uncheck this is how the fog looks. If you do volumetric fog, it only shows you fog where the light sources are. So I did that, and then I just played with the intensity here. By default is 0.5, so you can increase it like so. So I left it at 0.6, which was pretty good. I changed the color of the fog. You can put whatever color, but you can see it changing in the scene. The opacity you can change as well. Then in the atmosphere, I don't think I changed anything. That was about everything that I did to get the scene looking this way. Then another thing that I did was I came into the light, and you can see the light has this effect. This effect is faked. So if I move the light, you can see the effect is on the light itself. So how I did that was I went into Photoshop and I created a material, a texture like this. Created a texture like this. Then what I did was I multiplied it by a color so that I can change the color of the white parts. Then I multiplied it again so that I can multiply it by the intensity of the light, and change the material to light function, and then added it to the emissive color. Once I did that, I had a material to work with, and this is the material. See, light intensity and the color. So then I can change the color, and then you can come down to light function in the light that you want it, and then apply that material that you created over here. And that's how I got that. And I did that with these two as well. Just more then all the lights, you could see that fog coming in. So all I did was increase the volumetric scattering intensity. So I lowered it down to 0.3. If you increase it, you can have the fog show up more, like so. And then every other mesh in here, I just brought it in from the dressing for the scene. I brought it in from Bridge and Mega Scans. All these, because I needed more assets to complete the scene and make it look better. So all I did was just bring in more assets and brought it in. These particles of fire came from the starter pack particles, and it's this one right here. And then I added a light to give it a little bit of ambient light, and then everything else is just the meshes that we worked in. And same process, painting the ground, adding more meshes so that I can see how this, I made it look like it's a little roof on the well, and this is the mesh that we created before for the lift, and I just hid the bottom part inside the other mesh. So that's how modular pieces can be used. You could use them in different ways. Then these are reflection capture orbs, and they're in effects. You click on the effects and bring them in, and what this does is it'll update any reflective surface. You can see it moving down here. So what this does is it captures the area and then it reflects on any reflective surface. And for the most part, that's everything I did. Then I grabbed the camera. Let me hide this. And then I grabbed Cine camera, placed it here, and took a shot, a picture of my scene. And you can take a picture of your scene if you come in here, perspective, go into the view, press G on your keyboard so that you can hide all the icons, and then come into the drop down, high resolution image, and then just click here, and it will save image for you. Save that image and post it on Discord, or so that Eric can see it before you package the scene. Then for packaging the scene, it's pretty simple. The first thing you want to do is come into edit, project settings, and this is everything that has to do with your projects. The first thing you want to do is come into maps, and in here it's gonna have like a third party or a random map. You're gonna select the map that you're working on here and here, and that's about it for this menu. Then you're gonna come into packaging. On packaging, you're gonna leave everything how it is. These are different languages that you can add, but we don't need that. You're just gonna come down. By default, it's gonna be like this. You wanna just click on this arrow, come down, and click cook only maps. This will just cook anything that on your map. Then keep going down, and then build configuration is gonna be in development. Just change it to shipping. Then in staging directory, just look for your large project, and then here where it says maps, list of maps to include in the build, all you want to do is click the plus button. This 0 is gonna come out, and then you're just gonna click the 3 little buttons and look for your map, and I just press okay. Then you want to go to supported platforms, uncheck all platforms, and just check Windows 64. By this time, every computer is 64-bit, so you could do 32 or 64, it doesn't matter. And if you scroll down, you can see that here is where you can add an icon if you want to add an icon to the bake, but we don't need to do that. I left it how it is, and those are the settings for packaging. Then you can close this. Then move, very important, move your player start to somewhere where you want. Let's say when I press play, see where I spawn, this is where the player start is. So you want this placed in a place that you want, because for before I did this, I had it back here. So you just put it in your scene and save your scene. Save your scene as normal. Then come to File, Package Project, and then Windows 64. It's going to ask you where you want to package it. And then what I did was, in the same directory, I just created another folder called Lodge Project and selected that folder. So create a new one, select it, and select folder. That's it. And it's going to start packaging the project. Once you package the project, you're able to play the game. So here's my project, and this is what it exported. So this folder inside your project you created, this folder is what you're gonna zip and then send to Eric for evaluation. And if you double click, it's just gonna open the game. You see, so it just opens like you're playing. And then Eric can check your scene. This scene doesn't have any colliders, so most meshes, the meshes that we created do collide, but these that we brought from the Quixel, I didn't set up no colliders. By default, the colliders are off. You have to turn them on, but we don't need that for this project because all we're doing is just assembling a scene. And then to close it, you just press Alt F4, and that's it. Then you can just package this and send it, zip it and send it over to Eric. And that's how you package a scene. If you need any guide on anything else that you possibly want to do on the scene, just put your questions on Discord and I'll help you out.